Percent comp. We talked about this back in Unit 3, and we did all kinds of calculations back then. That was the first time that you guys kind of got to dip your toes into the periodic table. Okay. So what percent comp is the percent by mass of each element in a molecular formula. It can be determined from the molecular formula, and it's always the same regardless of the amount of a compound. So it doesn't matter if you've got a teaspoon or a tablespoon of water, the percent comp is always going to be the same. Okay. And again, you're going to take the mass of the element divided by the compound times 100. So here, if we have sodium sulfate, we have sodium, we have sulfur, we have oxygen. We've got 2 of these, 1 of these, and 4 of these. I'm going to go onto the periodic table and I'm going to find my sodium. I'm going to multiply across. I'm going to find my sulfur. I'm going to multiply across. I'm going to find my oxygen and I'm going to multiply across. Okay. Everybody know where I found all of these values from? Did I lose anybody? Yep. These values, this column here, I got from the formula. This column here, I got from the periodic table. The mass is off the periodic table. I then just multiplied these 2 across to get this value. And then I'm going to add them up to get my overall mass, which is 142.1. I then take the part of each one. So 46 divided by 142.1 times 100. That's going to give us 32.3%. And that's going to be sodium. Remember how to do these now? Okay. Take this one. I go 32 divided by 142.1. 32.1. That ends up giving me 22.6% sulfur. And then my oxygen, 64. I end up with 45.0% oxygen. I add these up and they should come up to be 100. You might, in this case, for example, you might end up with 99.9. That's okay. You get off more than that and you probably need to recheck your math. All right. So here for number 3, they have how many? So 2 is done the same as 1. I think you're probably comfortable doing these now. So we're going to skip down to 3. How many grams of hydrogen are found in 6.35 gram sample of water? So what I have to do is I have to figure out what percent my hydrogen is in that water. So I've got 2 times 1. That is going to give me 2.0 for hydrogen. Good grief, just erase and start over. My oxygen is going to be 1 times 16. That's going to give me 16.0. I add those together, get 18.0. My hydrogen then is going to be 2 divided by 18 times 100. That gives me 11.1% hydrogen. if I have a 6.35 gram sample and I multiply that by 0.111, I'm going to take this out of percent form. That's going to give me my grams of hydrogen. So I end up with 0.705. Want 3 sig figs. That's going to be grams of hydrogen. Let me see if I can squeak that in there. I don't know why that moved on us. There. Sorry. All right. You remember how to do these now? This one, if you are given 2 things and the total percentage, and you want to find, or if you're given 1 thing and the total percentage, so we know that the whole percentage of this is 100, right? So if we have the percentage of 1 thing, we can figure out the percentage of the other. Yes? So we just subtract, and that means that the oxygen is going to equal 89% oxygen. Easy enough? I think that's it. Yeah. So pretty easy percent comps.